Good morning.
Three, two, one. Dude,
We got a little morning sode today.
I look fucked up.
What do you mean? What's wrong?
Look at me.
Look at me.
Hey everybody. I'm gonna put my hood up so I don't offend everyone with my ugliness. I'll just offend everybody with my Monster Zero sugar drink.
Did you bring that Corona from the bathroom into?
Yeah, there's a half-drank Corona in the bathroom, and I figured I'd have our two future sponsors,
Oh, that's
Liquid
right.
Death,
Oh.
Corona, and maybe even Gatorade Zero,
And this mezcal company,
and this
Vita.
Monster Zero.
Del Maguey.
So Good morning. Last night / yesterday, I had a party for my work. I work at a restaurant because Liquid Death hasn't given us our sponsorship yet.
Cunts.
So, the restaurant I work at, as well as Colin, our other roommate, he works there too. Maybe I won't give the name just in case, but they took us to this like arcade Go Kart Dave and Buster's kind of place.
It's called Boomers out in Industry City.
Yeah, and it was the holiday party, and the whole time
Employee Appreciation Party.
Oh. They basically had like the Dundies, you know, that episode of The Office where like, most fucking stupid or most
Most
improved.
Most important sweater wearer.
Yeah, that kind of shit. They were doing that and they're like, all right. They were just saying stuff. It just felt so illegal. They're like, all right, everybody, like, sit down. We're going to get through this real quick so we can get to drinking and driving. That's the best part. We're all going to drink and drive.
It was crazy.
And
like, it was truly insane. They're like, all right, everybody just be quiet so we can get through this so that we can all drink and drive. There's a consolation prize for anybody who can bash through the barrier and get up onto the 61 freeway straight off the highway.
Yeah, they had go-karts and you were allowed to drink and drive. I don't know if that's like a thing at Boomers in general. If you're allowed to get hammered and drive these go-karts, or maybe my employer paid a large sum of money to allow them to do it. But the fact that they were just saying it on a microphone to the entire crowd just seemed like a complete liability. The owner of the company was talking to us while we were waiting in line for go-karts. And I said they had open bar, and he got us beers to drink in line.
It's just bizarre. Like, at one point, the last race we did, my hat came off. And everybody, well, I don't know if everybody was, but you eventually got it. But Noah and I were also trying to grab it, which is dangerous as fuck.
Correct.
Like, I felt the danger trying to grab it. And I was sober for the most part. And I was just, like, reaching your hand out, it just feels like you're going to lose all your fingers under the fucking tires, bro.
I didn't think about that once when I did that. I definitely should have, though.
It was,
dude. I honestly wasn't gonna do the go-karts. Maybe this is my.
There was no part of me that believed you when you said that.
Yeah.
Just
honestly,
from the beginning, when you were like, I don't know, bro. It's kind of sketchy. A bunch of drunk people. They don't go that fast if you think about it.
No, once I saw them, I knew that we were good to go because they were just like lawnmowers essentially, and they have the big bumpers, right? But I've been on some go-karts that I would not drive drunk in the slightest.
Yeah, sometimes they're amped up.
Fucking rip. Also, people crash. Like, these didn't go fast enough where you could crash and like flip or anything like that. But I've been on go-karts that like people have
flipped and shit.
Yeah.
They can like leave the ground if you hit something hard enough.
Yeah. So the other fun part was that they had everybody dress up as Mario characters. So like Karl was had a Luigi hat on. I was just watching Karl rip around. It really did feel like Mario Kart. It really Karl ripping around with a fucking Luigi hat on, and he obviously has a mustache.
I was supposed to have overalls and I was gonna wear the fucking Guinness shirt that Keegan got us in the last episode, but I was running late to work that morning and I forgot it, and I was as a +1 to the party. I didn't care enough to ask somebody to bring it so I could change in the bathroom at Boomers, so I just wore the hat.
Speaking of last episode, I don't know if have you guys watched the Christmas episode? Those fish are dead, by the way.
Oh.
I've been meaning to talk about that.
Yeah, not only are they dead now, they were dead by the end of the day when David gave them to me. And
I don't know what I did wrong.
I'm hypothesizing. I know what you did wrong. And I don't know for 100% fact you're right, but I'm almost entirely certain that rocks from our backyard are tainted with pool water and chlorine.
I washed the rocks.
Yeah, you rinsed them.
I rinsed them very well.
You rinsed them hard? I don't think it matters, bro. I think that
You think it's just like
rocks are porous, man. It's in there.
Those are not porous rocks.
They probably are to a certain extent. You think they're vacuum sealed rocks?
Yeah. They're fucking smooth.
Nah, dude. They got pores, bro.
What's that shit? Pumice?
It's not pumice rock. There is an in between like glazed granite countertops and pumice rock.
Oh, dude. I want my countertops to be made out of pumice. That's the new fucking trend.
Have fun at the gym or wherever you're going. Bye, Colin.
Speaking of gym, you seen that clip of Joe Rogan? And he's talking to, I think, like Elon Musk. And they're talking about the anchovy pizza.
No, I haven't seen this.
Whatever. He talks about anchovy pizza, which, side note, I do want to try anchovy pizza. It's like
Salty.
double anchovies and pineapple or something like shit like that. It's
Ooh,
like, that's
that could
his,
be
like,
good.
I forget what it is. It's double anchovies and something. Whatever. They get a pizza and they eat it on the podcast.
Is it disgusting sounding?
Joe Rogan chews like a fucking cow.
Does he really?
Dude, you're on a podcast, dude. Like, first off, don't eat on a podcast. But like, if you're going to I wouldn't eat on a podcast, but like, be extra conscious about how you're chewing. He's like, oh yeah. It's like fucking bonkers. You know, he's got this fucking massive head and jaw, so he just looks like a fucking cow chewing grass.
Yeah.
Anyway.
He just doesn't give a fuck, bro.
True.
It's a great place to be.
True.
Just be like, today on the podcast, the bit is fucking Joe Rogan pizza ASMR.
Oh, shit.
Fuck. I lost my train of thought.
That's okay. We'll just sit here in utter silence. Yeah, so the fish died. What were their names?
Joseph Stalin, George Michael, and Taha. I'm thinking about getting another one and naming him Pol Pot.
Pol Pot?
Yeah, he's the fucked up Filipino dictator. Fuck. I think it's Filipino. Maybe it's not. I can't remember right now. I mean, I have to look this up. I have to be historically accurate to make this joke.
Yeah, all right.
Anyway, but he was like hella fucked up. Like he just like fucking gunned down citizens and shit.
Hell yeah.
Cambodia. Yes. Sorry. My mistake. Sorry, Philippines. Although I'm pretty sure your current president is not the best guy. I won't compare him to Pol Pot because I don't want to die. But
he's not a cool guy. He's not good.
I'm pretty sure this is the guy that, remember I think it was Jim Jeffries. He was talking about the motorcycle death squads that kill you for being suspected of using drugs.
Jeez.
Do you remember that bit?
Barely. But go on.
It's just
that's the bit.
That's the whole bit is just that this guy is going hard on the war on drugs, bro. He's not. He has motorcycle death squads. I actually think it's Tom Segura, but if you're a suspected drug user, not a dealer, if you're a suspected drug user, cops on motorcycles will come up and execute you.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah, it's It's crazy.
What kind of drugs? Like all
Weed, bro.
Weed?
Weed.
That's crazy.
So if you're ever trying to get sober, maybe try the Philippines out.
Wow. That's
Although I'm sure they drink a lot.
talk about immersion. You know what's really good about the Philippines? Jollibee.
Is that Filipino?
I think so. I could be totally. I'm like 90% sure.
I think that's what's really good about Southern California.
Yeah. If you guys don't know Jollibee, can you look that up for me? Can you make sure I'm not being
Yeah, go ahead.
dumb? Jollibee is this restaurant. It's fast food. It's just chicken. It's just the best chicken ever, and that chicken is, they call it Chicken Joy instead of fried chicken. It's called Chicken Joy. And then they also have this spaghetti. It's kind of like Skyline chili. If you've ever been to like the Midwest or Ohio or some shit, maybe it's just Ohio. It's like really sweet kind of cinnamon me chili on top of fucking spaghetti. So they kind of have that. That stuff I don't really like, but the chicken is just fucking amazing. Is it the Philippines?
But with a Filipino twist. It took me a minute to find it. They also only exist in the U.S. and Canada, so...
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No way.
We got
Wait, I don't
fried
think that's...
chicken, French fries, pies, spaghetti, burgers, and more, but with a Filipino twist.
I don't think that's true, man. I think they are in the Philippines. I'm pretty sure one of my coworkers is.
Oh yeah, I'm lying.
Yeah.
I don't know what link I was looking at that said U.S. Canada. Maybe it was just suggesting that to me.
My coworkers,
Yeah, you're right. They're everywhere.
Filipino and Filipino.
Filipinx.
Is that does
I don't know. I have no idea,
Philippine
bro.
get gendered?
I don't think so. It's a country.
Yeah, but when you're talking about a person, like that person's Filipino. Is just like no matter what, right? It's not. Wait, do they speak Spanish? No.
No. No, they don't speak Spanish.
Sorry, guys. I'm a fucking
It's a
idiot.
fucking East Asian country,
I'm
bro.
a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking moron. Oh my god. I don't know anything. I'm so stupid. I'll just go like this.
That was a good one. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Oh, here's something that we can talk about.
Hey, here's something we can talk about. That's what you sound like right now. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Rude.
Go ahead.
How was the bourbon room the other night, David?
Fuck. It was sick.
We went to a comedy show. My guy, Keita,
Shout out.
he books shows at the Bourbon Room and the Hollywood Improv, and I'm sure other places. He's a comedy booker. And he's a fucking nice-ass guy, and he's got a dog named Rocco, who's also one of the nicest dogs I've ever met in my life. And he hooked us up with some tickets to this show. We saw Dean Del Rey and Liza. Fuck, I can never remember her last name. I just want to say
the girl.
I just want to say Minnelli, but that's not it, obviously.
She's the Netflix Eliza. The only Eliza.
Schlesinger.
Yeah.
Schlesinger.
Eliza.
Anyway, I had no idea that she... And we also saw a bunch of other funny people, too. They were great.
She was fucking funny as shit.
She was so good. She had like a headlining set. She went for like 30, 40 minutes, and it was awesome.
I'm not going to give away any of her bits in case you're going to go see her soon. But one thing that I realized that I really liked about her, that I was kind of in awe of, was her ability to shit on guys but not divide the room. Let me be more clear.
She was an expert at poking fun at everybody.
True. When I was watching her, I was like, wow, like that is a true expert in their craft, because she was making... I was thinking about it in the context because she started talking about like, oh, all these guys on dates are like, you know, getting nervous and stuff like that. And I was thinking about it as a performer, your job, a lot of people are coming on dates and those people are, you know, like trying to get laid or whatever. And your job as a performer is to not fucking... is to have a good time so everyone can go home and be happy, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the whole time she was shitting on men, but it wasn't demonizing. It was like shitting on them in a really funny way, but then also like making like women feel more secure. And I was just thinking about like, oh, that's why this works, is because at the end of the night, when some dude who usually would be fucking butthurt about being shit on because he's like a whatever dude, he's not butthurt because like he's probably like getting laid because it was like a fucking, like it was all, it didn't like make the room weird, you know? It doesn't make the women look at you like fucking like, oh, you're a piece of shit. It was like, you might.
Well, yeah. I mean, she pokes fun at everybody. Like a lot of it was, obviously like talking about like her husband and like the stupid shit that men tend to do, but it was a lot about the stupid things that we all tend to do that is silly. It was it was at the end of the day, the point of it was like to be silly and laugh at the interactions that we all have.
Well, yeah,
which is getting really deep
comedy,
but not all the time though.
Not
some
all the time.
comedians
Well, that's
just
what I'm saying.
some comedian. It honestly was like kind of refreshing because a lot of comedians will get topical with certain things and they will just pick a side and like fucking shit on somebody and it will be funny,
but it's one-sided. And it's also like, that's what I'm saying. It's like a lot of comedians will do like, they'll make fun of everybody or whatever, and they'll make fun of guys and then some of girls, and then like, but there's like one or two times where they do like the applause break where they're waiting for like, you know, the approval, not the laughs. And it's usually they make a stance, like you said, on one side or the other. And Eliza just like, yeah, she just made it so fun the whole time.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That it never divided the room. And
Ian Edwards was funny as fuck too.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the bits, but I realized, I'm glad that you said something because that's so disrespectful. I mean, not that a lot of people are going to fucking spread it around, but...
Yeah, no, you're not supposed to do that. It's rude. Just be like,
well,
someone.
All those comedians were great. Dean Del Rey was sick. Lisa Traeger was fucking sick.
Well, it was interesting after that. Dean Del Rey. Excuse me.
Holy shit!
Sorry, I'm disgusting. Dean Del Rey used to be an AC/DC cover band guy, and after the show, there's this guy. He has some show podcast thing, and he gets the stems, which are like the original audio files, to old songs. And he had the stems to some AC/DC song. Do you remember which song it was?
Let There Be Rock.
Let There Be Rock. And they like broke down each fucking track or whatever, and they talked about the band, and they gave history about the band and whatever. And then I guess Dean Del Rey sang. Unfortunately, we had to dip out before we got to see him. Fuck, I'm so stupid today.
You're doing great. I'm trying to find this guy's name.
What, the show dude?
No, not my friend. The guy who did the.
No, I know the guy who did the show. The dude who was wearing the purple.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. You know what he said? That like, I not irked me, but I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? He was like, yeah, after fucking 3 years of doing this show, I finally got it. My podcast finally got greenlit. He's like, it's been like, everybody's told me no. Everyone's giving me such a hard time. Remember him saying that?
Yeah, maybe he got like a partner to do it. He got like funded.
Just do the fucking podcast.
Yeah, well now it can be his job. Wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't that be nice if we got a funding to do this?
Sure, it'd be fucking awesome. But you're like you can't. He was like making it like, oh, this has been so hard to start this podcast. He was making this like point, not to shit on the dude. I mean, he had a cool show, but he had the. He seemed like he was trying to make a point, like, yes, I finally did it. Like he should be like, fucking, like just start it. Why was he making it? You know what I mean?
Maybe it's kind of impossible to do because
Maybe he needs to get the stems and stuff like that. Maybe he needs some sort of.
That's what I was gonna say. Like he probably needs a partner to be able to get the access to multiple songs and be able to do multiple episodes and shit like that.
My bad, guy.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to shit on you there, but I shit on you there. That's my bad. That's my bad. Should we start beef with like other podcasts or something? You want to do that?
Yeah.
Do you listen to any small podcasts?
Not that small. No. Like
Yeah, no.
I mean,
no.
I listen to some that aren't like the biggest podcasts in the world, but nothing is that small. The amount of podcasts that I've listened to and been like, "Oh, this is cool." And then I come to find it like because the individual hosts only have like, I don't know. I mean, this isn't small by any means, but they have like 100,000 followers on Instagram or something. I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." And then I come to find out that they're like an all things comedy podcast. I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, oops.
I've been I've seen more and more. I used to only get like all things comedy or like Your Mom's House.
Dude, there's so many now. There's fucking many.
So many. I like knew that everybody
Especially all things comedy, bro. They're huge.
I knew everybody had a podcast. Everybody had a podcast like 5 years ago. I knew it was already saturated. Now it's even more saturated. You know why? Because podcast is now what you do when you're a washed up actor.
When you're bored. Or apparently a washed up athlete. Cam Newton's got a podcast.
Actor. Ned's Declassified? School Survival Guide?
He's got a podcast.
All of them do. There's literally
Together?
like Ned, Mose.
Is it
what's his name?
Is
Cookie?
It I don't know. Is it the like declassified like podcast? Like is that the shtick for it? Like they're doing it together? Or they all have separate podcasts?
No, they all do it together.
Whoa. Okay.
What is that kid's name? And Ned's Declassified.
I don't know.
Whatever, they have a fucking podcast.
Is Meadow and AJ's podcast any good?
Yeah. What's it called? Not Today, Pal. They have it's Meadow and AJ. They fucking
Bro, did you hear about
yeah.
people being upset with Your Mom's House for like partnering and pushing like cryptocurrency and shit like that? Did you ever hear about that? They stopped doing it, but a lot of their ads and a lot of their like ad reads and partnerships for a little bit were with this like cryptocurrency company deal thing that was kind of like scammy and like pyramid schemey. And
how long ago was this? Were they like still kind of a small podcast?
No. This is like in the last couple of years. I don't know everything about it because I was told by my good friend Taha.
Hi, Taha.
But yeah, they had like there was just some shit. They were like, "Yo, stop like shoving this cryptocurrency down our throats. We know that Tom Segura is not fucking lining his wallet with fucking cryptocurrency." Like, and they were like getting this like kickback from people buying it, and it was like essentially just kind of nobody's fucking with it. Everybody just wants MeUndies and Liquid Death ad reads, bro. Nobody wants financial advice. BetterHelp is pushing it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
You know?
Why? I wonder how much those fucking does Liquid Death's ads, how their like ad spend, how much money they spend, is gotta be fucking unreal.
Well, it's obviously worked.
True.
You know?
True. Oh, yeah. But what I was gonna say is, before I had to, for some reason, look up that guy's name. Ned's Declassified, School Survival Guide, the show on Nickelodeon. They all have a podcast together. Always Sunny in Philadelphia. They have a podcast together.
And a TV show.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the Always Sunny guys aren't washed up actors. They're still making Always Sunny. I wouldn't even call them. It's not the washed up actor thing. It's like just like the when you're not.
Everybody, bro.
And then AJ Soprano and Meadow Soprano, fucking whatever their actors' name are, they have a podcast. Just there's so many. You know what the difference is? It used to be that everyone just had a podcast like we have a podcast, which is like, you know,
bullshit.
Two fucking assholes and a camera.
Yeah.
Now there's a lot of
niche.
like high quality, like funded podcasts.
Yeah. There's
Oh wait, there's 2 podcasts for the. I know. I'm a piece of shit.
Anyway, what were you saying? There's 2 podcasts.
So
What?
fucking gross. Almost Friday, and the Friday beers or whatever.
Yeah.
That guy's the Crentis bit. That guy's fucking. What's his name?
Will Angus.
Will Angus is fucking hilarious.
He's good. He doesn't do the other guy, Liam. He does stand up, but Will doesn't do anything. Will's got like terrible stage fright. They like had to like convince him over the course of like multiple episodes. They were like convincing him to do the podcast live show. I mean, I'm sure it was partially just him playing along like, I don't want to do this and I'm going to have to get blackout drunk. But part of it seemed really real. He's like, I don't want to fucking go on stage whatsoever.
The guy who we saw doing the Dean Del Rey thing when they did the breaking down the AC/DC song, I think they were recording, I think that was going to be the podcast, right? And I was thinking about it and it was like, oh, this is like a live podcast. I've never seen a live podcast. Obviously, we don't have a lot of fans. Oh, I also wanted to ask everyone, let me know how the fuck did you find this podcast if you don't know us? I want to know that. Would you ever, obviously we don't have a ton of fans, but like, would you do a live podcast? Do you think you'd be good at that?
Yeah.
You think you'd be good?
I think we could do this
No.
easily.
You personally. Do you think you would do a good, do you think you would
Without
change?
you? Like,
No,
you
no,
want
me
me
and
to,
me. Just
yes.
audience.
I think it would be fine. Yeah. I think it would be good.
But we couldn't just do what we do right here. You have to change it. The live podcast is a different monster, you know?
Sure. I think we could figure it out.
All right, Nobody Loves You Live coming in 2024.
2025. 2025.
Goodbye, everybody.
Well, okay.
What, you got anything
No,
else to
it's
say?
okay. No, this is fine.
You got some shit?
No.
All right. Yeah, that's what I fucking thought.
Bitch.